Hi everyone, well today it's the 30th of October 2017. So the next day we're going to do some rehouses. So we're going to rehouse both Avicularia I got from Don into this container and this container respectively. The Tapinauchenius violaceus is going to be moved to this 5-gallon tank mounted on its side with a little plexiglass so that way the substrate doesn't come crawling. The Omothymus schoiedtei temporarily will be rehoused in here until it's a little bit bigger, and then I'll give her another upgrade enclosure. So, and also long-awaited Phormictopus species full green. He or she is going to go where the violaceus is. I always bring a paintbrush, of course, because you never want to prod your tarantulas that are known to be very temperamental with your hands. It's not a safe idea. You don't need this, but you'll need a catch cup in case we have an escapee. I'm recording in the bathroom because my bathroom is the only place where I can catch the tarantula if they decide to go on an amazing journey, like Chantal's mature male Purigalis that you've seen. And yeah, it'll be interesting. So it is going to give some much needed water for the violaceus tank or enclosure. See, made a little bit of a mess, but that's okay. I'll just use a towel. Okay, perfect. There we go. All right, now to rehouse this beauty. All right, hopefully you can see what I'm doing. Actually, let me go closer. So, alrighty. So this one here is a 5-inch female Tapinauchenius violaceus. Okay, there we go. Now, these species have a bit of a temperament, but they're very fast as well. There she is. Look at her, she loves it already. I think actually maybe a bit of a too big of an enclosure for her, but I think she'll like it. Cool. Alright, so let's close her up. Move on to the second one. Okay, so I just gave a little bit of water here. Now we're going to rehouse the Phormictopus species full green. This is a 1-inch spiderling that's in a solo deli cup right here. So he's getting a much needed enclosure upgrade. I mean, you can see how not good that is. Alright, so let me bring him down so. You can see what he looks like. Put the macro on, there we go. And just gently, look at that. let's go exploring. There we go. Nice. Here, as you can see, he has a little bit much more room to play around. Cool. 2 down, 3 to go. Alright, up next we're going to rehouse the Omothymus schoiedtei, which is the Malaysian earth tiger. Okay. I know you don't like this enclosure very much, but I want you to see what you're going to get. So these guys are arboreal, but they do have a strong tendency to burrow. Okay, she's coming out nicely. I don't know, it must be some spider whisperer. I seem to have great luck with rehousing old world arboreals. I mean, this is perfect for now given her size. She's probably going to be doubling out within the next year or two, and then I'll be upgrading her into a larger enclosure. But that was that one. That was a piece of cake. Okay. Now for the fun part, Avicularia. Pinktoe, let's do the larger one. Hello, sweetie. Hello, you. How are you today? Now this one's a Pinktoe, so I know that these arboreals are incredibly docile. Oh, jeez. There we go. Man, I told you, these Avics, you gotta be careful with them because they're quite speedy. But other than that, I mean, the only species that's pretty docile, except also Carabina versicolor, which formerly belonged into the Avicularia genus. Okay, so 4 down, 1 to go, and this one will be a little bit different. So I have to rehouse this one into this container because it's an arboreal, and arboreals are tree dwellers and they prefer height than floor space. Okay, so I'm not going to dwell too much on humidity because too much humidity for Avics is not a good thing. So I'm just going to dump off the remaining contents of water because I put a little bit too much. There we go. Now I'm not going to use a lid for it. Instead, with Avicularia, I think my issue why I had such difficulties in keeping like juveniles this size and spiderlings was ventilation. You don't really focus too much on humidity, but it's important to have really high ventilation. Now what I'm going to be using is this mosquito net that you can buy from any hardware store like Lowe's or Home Depot. I picked this up for about like I think $20, $10-20 bucks like 1 or 2 years ago. So I have like 24 by 40, so I just cut to the piece that I need, and then I'm going to use an elastic band to tape it so that way it has cross ventilation, so air can go from here and then it can escape on this. It's very crucial to have this types of ventilation if you're getting into the Avics. So hopefully you can see, yep, you can see what I'm doing. Okay, so Avicularia, wild caught, 2 inches. I got this from Don. I pretty much got this one for nothing. Now you can tell that this Avicularia, it's still an avic. As you can see, you know, it looks different in color. That's because it still has its sling colors. So it's still a juvenile. Well, late sling juvie. And there we go. You can see that I would still call this a late sling to early juvenile. Perfect. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is take the mosquito net, place it here, take my rubber band, and make sure it has a tight fit. Because you don't want your spider to escape. I use a little bit too much, but that's okay. All right, let me just make it cleaner. And voila! So this is the avic setup that I'll be experimenting on, and hopefully my sling will do well now that I'll have some much needed ventilation. And here's my other one, the little small juvenile, about 2.5 inches. Omothymus schoiedtei, which is the Malaysian earth tiger. For now, in this type of enclosure, until it gets bigger, I'll have to upgrade her into a larger one, probably a larger critter keeper. This one I'm not opening. It's very quick. My Phormictopus species full green, which is the Dominican Republic green bird eater. And last but not least, in my big mansion, my Tapinauchenius violaceus, which is the purple tree spider. Right over here. And I don't know if you can see right here, that is your epigastric furrow, which indicates the female. Alright guys, thanks for watching, hope you enjoy it, and stay tuned. Tomorrow I'll be starting to record a tarantula feeding video. I believe it's 139, and it's going to start on Halloween Day.